The reason we're all here today is the Rhinos started in 2006. Basically, they went from Junior B Tier 3 to Junior A Tier 3 to Junior A Tier 2. Today, we're here to announce that there'll be a new hockey team playing in El Paso next season, in 2017-18 season, at the Junior A Tier 1 level. So it's pretty exciting news, I guess, in the hockey world. Basically, what that is if nobody's really familiar with the whole level of hockey, basically this is the cream of the crop of junior hockey players. These guys are going to be coming from all over the world. You're going to see, potential like the Adam Vase, the guy that just got signed about 3 months ago. That's going to be a regular happening, around here. So the level of hockey is going to be the best at the 18, 19, 20-year-old level. So seeing potential draft picks, guys on the draft list, guys that are about to sign, Division I prospects, Division I signees, is going to be a regular occurrence here. So it's a big deal here. It's taken us a long time to climb up the ladder, I guess, and we finally made it. So any questions?
What about Tier 1 separates it from other tiers of junior hockey? What can fans expect to see?
It's just another level of hockey. Like it's just the players get more things. Like everything, like every level you move up, the players just get more. So the organizations have to be more stable. There's more travel, more games. As an organization, we have to do more for the players. So it's a big deal. Like it's very, very exciting. It's very exciting. Like obviously, like our staff has got to grow. Like this season we're focused on winning this year. Like we're completely focused on this year. We're going to hire a staff right now that's going to put together the team for us. So we can all focus, like our staff right now can focus on this year, because this year is very, very important to us and very important to all the players that have come from all over the world just to play this season. But we're going to hire a staff that's going to set everything up for us, behind the scenes, the scouting and all that stuff. So it's going to be like we have a lot to do in 1 year.
What separates it from USHL and AHL?
Basically, it's the same level. It's going to take this is basically the CHL. Like this is a brand new league under the AAU. So you have USA Hockey, you have USHL under USA Hockey, and you have the CHL under the AAU. So it's going to be the same level. We're going to compete with them for players, recruiting battles, stuff like that. So in the future, it might not be an odd occurrence for you to come to a hockey game and be sitting beside a Pittsburgh Penguin scout. It's not going to be an odd occurrence. It's actually pretty cool to think that in El Paso, Texas, that's going to happen, but it will.
How much did Adam Vase signing with the Minnesota Wild kind of help you take this step?
Well, Adam Vase signing in the Minnesota Wild was probably the biggest thing. In 21 years in the Western States Hockey League, there's never been a player to sign an NHL contract like that. Like he went from being paying for his housing to be, $2 million richer the next day. But it was huge for us. Like, recruiting-wise, it was huge for us. And it helped us kind of propel us into this, because we kind of started to separate ourselves from other teams and other organizations.
Is your plan to still keep the Tier 2 team in place next year, almost like as a feeder to the Tier 1 team?
Yeah. Our plan is just basically what we're doing is we're just adding another team. So we're going to keep that, and we can work it perfectly, just like how the Padres work it with the Schwabs. But ours is basically under one roof, so we can move players back and forth.
So fans now essentially are going to be getting more hockey to come watch at the event center, knowing that there's going to be the two teams plus the UTEP team all playing next.
Right. Yeah. It's going to be very busy. Very busy. Yeah, it's like trying to pack 10 pounds of peanuts in a 5-pound bag.
What about, I guess just about did the league kind of form with you guys in mind? It seems like people would come to you because of the way you draw.
Yeah. There were 6 teams. Like there's the Ogden Mustangs, the Casper Coyotes, Colorado Eagles, Oklahoma City Blazers, and Springfield Express. And basically we all kind of got together, and we basically formed the league. So then we had to go to AAU, we had to go to United Hockey Union, get all because it's very important, like the players that we're getting from all over the world, you got to make sure that they're insured correctly and stuff like that. So we had to get all the blessings from like the AAU and UHU and stuff like that. And we wanted to stay under the AAU so we could use like the current Rhino team as like a farm team, so we can move them back and forth.
Do you think you have a recruiting advantage based on the number of foreign players that come to this league now, the league you're in, the Western
Yeah, we'll have the advantage. Yeah, that's what's going to separate us from the USA Hockey Leagues, is that whole import Canadian thing. It's going to take us it's going to take a year to get everything rolling. But once everything starts to roll and the players really see the advantage of coming, you're going to see you're going to see the cream of the crop. It will be like during Christmas, there'll be players that will leave our team to go play on the World Junior Championships. That will be, go play for Sweden or Finland, and that'll happen. Yeah. So.
Well, I guess this is a good way to also recruit to your current team as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because, right now it gives our current players, the younger guys that do have some years left in junior, it gives them an opportunity, to play on that team next year. The players that are aging out this year, it also helps them because this just brings so much attention to our program right now. Like right now, we have a lot of attention, because, we're going to have this team next year. So it brings a lot of attention to all our players this year. Probably another one, yeah. Yeah.
When you look back at the 10 years since you've grown with the Rhinos, did you ever expect to be at the level where you're at now, announcing essentially the highest form of junior amateur hockey in El Paso?
Well, you always kind of sit there and you think, man, where could we take this? And you always want to go to the farthest you possibly could. When we first started the junior team, and the first year we had a circus tent, and we didn't have a dressing room. We always shoot for we want to be at the very, very top. But we didn't think, I'll be completely honest with you, I never ever thought we'd be there in basically 10 years. Because that's a pretty, it's a long. It takes some teams, 20. But yeah, we're very, very fortunate, especially with our sponsors and the fan support. The fan support here is better than almost any place we go. And basically, when you have fan support, you get sponsors, and when you get sponsors, then you just keep recruiting better and better players, because players want to play in front of that. You ask any one of our players, the big reputation of El Paso is that we pack that barn, and it's just an unbelievable atmosphere to play. And we recruit players because of that. And right now we get unbelievable hockey players.
Have you spoken to anybody with the National Hockey League with higher levels of hockey, what they think about this whole venture?
Well, I haven't talked to anybody. I was talking to when the whole Adamade thing happened. Actually, my brother and I were in Boston, and I got a phone call out of the blue from the Chicago Blackhawks, and I haven't talked to anybody since. But yeah, that's it kind of puts your program on the map, because even on the Minnesota Wild website, when he was wearing the El Paso Rhinos jersey, I never would have guessed that would ever happen. And that really drew a lot of attention to our program, and it kind of made it to where we kind of have to take this leap of faith to try this, because we have the support here, and we can do it.
Do you anticipate the Rhinos ever to outgrow the event center and move to the Coliseum for home games in the future?
Well, the thing about the event center is that it's a quality of life. The Rhinos, the event center is so much more than just the Rhinos. Now you got UTEP, you got the Rhinos, you got high school hockey, you got youth hockey, you got public skating, birthday parties. The arena runs, when we open that place, it runs from basically middle of September to the end of May, and it's all the quality of life programs, all the kids playing YMCA hockey, all the youth hockey, adult hockey. So that's a perfect place for a junior hockey team. The perfect place. We fill it. We can also run all the quality of life programs, so it's the perfect place. The Coliseum would be great, but it's 5,000 seats. But that's the perfect spot. Because it's just such a quality of life.
So the real answer to your question is I hope it does grow that big, that we have to, okay? But I'll tell you, 10 years ago, when Cory and I were looking at a dirt floor and bull chutes and a circus tent that was going to be a dressing room, I don't know that anybody could have predicted that 10 years later you'd be at the highest level of junior hockey. And really the reason that happened is because of the organization. And I'll just tell you, the Rhinos organization, everybody in the country knows that it's the best junior hockey organization around. That's why people always come to ask him about what it's like. And that building out there is, with one exception, the worst place in the world to play, and that exception is the Rhinos. Because everybody else hates coming to El Paso, I can guarantee you, because they've never seen anything like it in junior hockey. And so really, without the Rhinos in that league, it would make the league less than it is. So he really is the benchmark and the cornerstone of that league, in my personal opinion. That his organization and the way he's run it and the way he's done everything with that organization, that's why it's been a 10-year run. I mean, all the years they've had junior hockey, they don't send people to the pros. Well, the Rhinos do, you know. And so now the benefit of that is you get to see this great organization at the highest level there is, and it will be what initially we talked about, sending kids to college, sending kids to the pros, you know. The quality of hockey is amazing now, and when you take a look at that, I will tell you that there's not a weekend, right, James? There's not a weekend that we're not busy with hockey. You know, it's going to be every weekend. It's going to be the two Rhinos team, it's the UTEP team, you know, just keep stepping forward. But really, this is a credit to the Rhinos and the Rhinos management, because Cory put together an organization that is the way people should be running it at junior hockey.
What has it meant in terms of having that building the way it is now as opposed to what it was before? How big a leap did that mean? What does it mean for the county? What does it mean for the sports?
Well, I mean, the number, we took a building that was running about 1,000 people a year through it, and now we run a couple of thousand people a week. Okay, that's the difference. As far as hard money, that building gives the county a couple of $100,000 every year, and that goes into the general fund. Okay, and it doesn't cost the taxpayer a dime. So that's what that building is meant monetarily. But as far as quality of life, I don't think you can put a number on it. I mean, the thousands and thousands of, you know, birthday parties and public skating and everything else that goes on out there, it is something that's really taken off. And you know, when he talks about the quality of life programs, I mean, Cory doesn't just oversee hockey teams. He's got all the other programs that he has to take care of also. And I think that what that does is to give the people of El Paso and the kids of El Paso a place to go. I mean, he didn't even talk about the 20,000 kids. Well, how many kids in the field trip program? About 20? 20,000 kids from schools that have free field trips through our building. I mean, they come out and they get to see how to make ice, and they get to skate with some of the players. And the funny part is when they asked, how much does it cost? And we said, no, it's free. And they went, no, but what does it cost? Because free never means free. Well, here, you know, free means free. You bring the kids, you know, you skate, the school skate, they get to see how we make ice, they have a little science project, and then they get to skate with the Rhinos. And that's a dream come true for those guys. You know, that 20,000 kids a year, and that's not just total, that's every year that's what happens. You know, those are the type of programs that, yeah, that would go away if we weren't here. So his organization is really, what this is a hurrah for him and his organization. That's really the truth.
Any more questions? Steve, no? All right, well, thank you again for all coming out.